As the court pleases, my lord, the state calls the next witness, Constable Senzo Zungu. As indicated yesterday, the witness name is not on the list.
Yes. So the witness is.
Sorry, Kama. Sorry, Kama.
I see the food.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Wafinda makama. Ukhulumela ukuthi umuntu osenkantolo kuzo nofakamisi.
Sizwe Constable Zungu.
Uyimisele ukufuna ukuthi uzokhuluma iqiniso?
Yebo.
Ufuna ukuthi uzokusho la inkantolo izoweqiniso, iqiniso kodwa liphelele. Uma kunjalo phakamisa isandla sakho sokudla, phakamisa isandla. Inkosi ngisize ngikhuluma iqiniso.
Inkosi ngisize ngikhuluma iqiniso.
The witness is sorry.
Maybe seated if you want to, sir.
As the court please, my lord, the witness is going to refer to Exhibit S.
Exhibit S.
Yes, Exhibit S. Mr. Zungu, what is your occupation?
Babu Zungu usebenza kuphi? I am a police officer.
What is your rank?
Isikhundla sakho?
I'm a constable.
Ngiwu-constable.
How many years service do you have in the South African police?
12 years.
Neminyaka ewu-12 ngisemaphoyiseni.
To which division of the police are you attached?
Invisible policing.
Ngisebenza phansi kwayo-ke i-visible policing, kusho ukuthi amaphoyisa-ke abonakalayo.
At which station?
Sebenza SAPS.
Igama lendawo sebenza
SAPS.
sebenza SAPS.
And where is that?
Ikuphi?
Is a site in Eden.
And the side of Eden Vale.
Do you know the accused before this court?
Abasolwa abaphambi kwale nkantolo uyabazi?
Yebo ngiyabazi.
Yes, I know them.
Can you just briefly state as to how you know them?
Awusho nje kafishane-ke ukuthi ubazi kanjani?
Umuzi ngiyamazi umakhelwane wami ngasekhaya.
Ubani?
Umuzi.
I know Muzi. He is my neighbor back home.
If you say Muzi, which accused are you referring
Uma
to?
ukhuluma ngoMuzi, ukhuluma ngamuphi umsolo?
Accused number 1.
Umsolo wokuqala.
Yeah, just refer to them in their numbers just to avoid confusion.
Sicela ke ubabize kanjalo-ke namanamba abo-ke ukuthi umsolo number 1, number.
Okay.
Yebo singaqhubeka-ke.
Yes.
Mafika, accused number 2.
Mafika, accused number 2.
Gadla, accused number 3.
It's Gadla, accused number 3.
And accused number 2, how do you know him, or from where do you know him?
Accused number 2 yena-ke umazi kanjani noma umazela kuphi?
Ngimazela khona naye ngasekhaya.
I also know him from back home.
And where is that?
Ikuphi lapha? KwaNongoma, but I would say Sosuthu.
Yes, may proceed.
Singaqhubeka-ke.
Ube ugadla.
It is Gadla.
And it's
Yep. Accused number 3.
And where do you know him from?
Umazela kuphi yena?
Yena ngimbone la eGoli isikhathi esiningi.
I saw him for most of the time here in Gauteng.
Ngalo umbona ngibone eForce.
But the first time when I saw but when I saw him for the first time, I saw him in Force Loras.
Yes.
Singaqhubeka?
Proceed.
Ube umthokozisi la ngikhumbula eForce Loras, angikhumbula emakhaya.
And then it is Mthokozisi. I also remember him from First Loras, but not from back home.
And his accused number?
Number bani na?
4.
Number 4.
Yes.
Yebo.
Kani
Then it's Nkani.
naye ngicabanga ukuthi ngambona e-False Loras.
I also think I saw him in First Loras.
And his accused number?
What's again?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Is it correct that on the 26th of October 2014, a certain incident occurred which led to you coming to court to testify today?
Ingabe kuyiqiniso yini ukuthi zi-26 October 2014 kunesigameko esenzeka esiholele ekuthini ke ube la enkantolo uzofakaza namuhla?
Yebo kuyiqiniso.
Yes, that is true.
Can you tell the court in your own words what happened on the day?
Ngitshela lenkantolo ke ukuthi yini eyenzeka ngalelo langa.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ekuseni ngathola i-call from uGwabini okuyindodana wami kodwa uzayokuba ubhuti wami.
If I remember well, I received a call in the morning from Gwabini, who is my son, but is my brother's son. Actually. Yebo.
What is his surname?
Ubani isibongo sakho Gwabini? Zungu.
Yes. And where does he stay?
Uhlala kuphi nendawo yena?
Uhlala e-False Loras.
In First Loras.
Where in First Loras?
First Loras.
Lesotho Hostel.
Sutu Hostel.
Yes, you may proceed.
Maqhubeka.
What my mfonela wangibiza wathi ngingakhona yini ukuthi ngifike e-False Loras.
Upon calling me, Gwabini then wanted to know from me whether I'll be able to come to First Loras on that day.
Yes. Is that correct that he invited you to his place at
Objection, my lord.
at the hostel?
Objection, my lord.
As a court? I'm just trying to avoid hearsay evidence, but if counsel doesn't mind that, then it's fine. Yes, you may proceed.
What my mbiza wangibiza wathi ngize e-False Loras ngabe sengitshela ekuseni wakusiza ekuseni ngikhumbula kahle wangabo 7:15 so
Okay. He invited me to come to First Loras. I told him that it was still early because it was around 7:15.
ngangisaya emsebenzini futhi manje.
And on that day, I was still going to work. Singajahile bayabhala.
Ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi ngizokwazi ukuthi mangiphuma emsebenzini ngakhona ukuthi
I then informed him that when I knock off from work, I will then be able to go to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
wabe sephinda futhi engifonela bese ngazisa ukuthi uma ngiza kunomunye umfowethu obathi uMakhosonke wayisuka eRustenburg ngikhumbula kahle wabe sengitshela ukuthi naye uyeza.
He called me again and informed me there was another brother of ours, Makhosonke from Rustenburg.
Yeah.
He informed me that Makhosonke would also be joining us.
Yes, you may proceed.
Like abe sengitshela uma ukuthi ngisengikhulile ngizomfonela wabe sengisendela inamba kaMakhosonke.
I informed him that once I knock off, I would also call him. He then sent me Makhosonke's contact details.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who's Makhosonke?
Ubani Makhosonke
Omunye naye isihlobo sakithi.
is also a relative of ours.
What is her name?
Ubani isibongo sakhe? Zungu.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ngabe mangiphuma emsebenzini ngabe sengifuna uMakhosonke kwabe sengitshela uGwabi ukuthi uMakhosonke ungenzeka ukuthi useJoburg uzoqala intombi yakhe eJoburg.
I then knocked off and then contacted Makhosonke, but
yes, you contacted Makhosonke, then what happened?
Asangeli kumininingwane kwase kwenzekani ke emuva kokuthi umfonele Makhosonke.
Ngase ngimfonela wangitshela ukuthi useJohannesburg eCarlton Center uzothola ngakhona.
I called him, informed me that was in Johannesburg, the Carlton Center. That's where I'll find him.
Yes.
Yebo.
And then ngafika ngamthola.
I went there and I found him.
Sadla.
We sat there and we ate.
And then uGwabi noyifona ngaleso sikhathi.
And then Gwabini phoned or called at that time,
ebuza ukuthi sikude.
asking about our whereabouts.
Then sabe sinjalo siyeza.
Informed Gwabini that we were on our way.
Mangikhumbula kahle sabe siya eFortstrasse akukho ngaya khona ngaphandle kusuka lapho.
If I remember well, we then went to Hostel. There's no other place where we went to when we departed from there.
Yeah, where in Hostel?
Kuphi nendawo eFoslo?
The hostel.
At the hostel.
Yes, which one?
Sutu Hostel.
What time did you arrive there?
Nafika sikhatsini khona lapho.
Mangikhumbula kahle ngeke ngisho isikhathi straight ngoba ngisakhumbula kahle kodwa mangicabanga ngokuyikhathi zabo 2 to 3.
Between 2 and 3, I won't be able to remember the exact time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Ngani ngafika sahlala noGwabini okwakunabanye futhi bangasemakhaya ababekhona endlini ngaphakathi.
Upon arrival there, we sat, myself, the likes of Gwabini. There were others as well from back home.
Okay, just a minute.
Then
Just a minute. Now, if you say you said, where did you sit?
Uma uthi nahlala kuphi?
the hostel ngaphakathi imawungena hostel kunendawo la ingathi ikish.
Inside the hostel, upon entering the hostel, there is an area that's like, sort of like a kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And does it belong to a specific person where you were seated, or is it just part of the common area in the hostel?
Lana ngihlezi khona indawo ongathi yomuntu othize noma indawo nje kuyingxenye ye hostel leyo noma ungathi indawo yomuntu othize ibelonga kumuntu othize.
Angazi hostel akhambe ngalendlela ukuthi mhlambe kuye kube indawo ohlala kuyo bese kuba amakamera maybe alaba abahlala ngaphakathi leyo.
The manner in which the hostel is, there are bedrooms of those or belonging to those that stay there in the hostel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sakhala ngoba
Yes,
ngivile
but-
namakhosi.
Sorry, the area where you're staying, does it belong to a specific person, or is it just a common area?
Le ndawo angithi uthi nafika nahlala kule ndawo ongathi ikhishi. Ungathi indawo yomuntu othize noma indawo eyingxenye yalapho ehostel.
Ngicabanga ukuthi indawo yabo bonke abahlala ngakhona phakathi.
I think it belongs to everyone who stays in there.
Yes.
Ngemva kwalokho ngoba ngifike namakhosi onke wabe sengitshela ukuthi uphethe ibhodlela leJameson wayengitshelile vele efoni sabe sesihlala phansi ke ngisahleli lapho sabe siphuza nje
Okay.
sadlama.
Okay. As we sat there, and then Makosonga informed me that he had a bottle of Jameson. He had informed me before when we spoke over the phone. We sat there, we drank, and we ate meat.
You mentioned that there were other people from back home. Who were those people?
Ushilo ukuthi nanjengoba nanihlezi khona lapho kwakukhona nabanye basemakhaya. Kwakuwobani bona?
Mangikhumbula kahle babe baningi kakhulu kodwa umuzi wayekhona
There were many of them, but Muzi was there.
Yeah, it just referred to them as in numbers, just to
Okay.
avoid.
Ucela ubabiza ngama-number abo la enkantolo.
Okay. Accused number 1 wayekhona.
Accused number 1 was there.
Accused number 2 wayekhona.
Accused number 2 was there.
Accused number 3 wayekhona.
Accused number 3 was there.
Accused number 5 wayekhona Tafi.
Accused number 5 was there upon my arrival.
Yes, you may proceed.
Usungaqhubeka.
So accused number 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Now, the witness is just confirming that he said accused 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yes.
Yebo?
Emva kwalokho sahlala kwakumnandi kakhulu. Sasidla inyama eningi kakhulu.
After that, we said, and after that, it was very nice. We were having very much fun, and we had a lot of meat.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ukwabini abanye ngasabakhumbuli ngoba bengahlali emakhaya bengihlala kwenye indawo. Abanye bayengikhumbuza bona ukuthi uyabona ukubo igama kalo ubani lona ubani.
Okay. Because I couldn't remember all of them because I wasn't staying in the villages back home. I was staying somewhere else. Kwabini would then remind me, this is so and so. This one's name is so and so.
Mangikhumbula kahle omunye angikhumbuza yena kwaba uGadla noMafika kodwa umuntu engangimazi engangathi mazi kahle kwaku umuzi kuphela.
Okay. If I remember well, the person or the people that he reminded me of was Gadla and Mafika. But the person that I knew very well was Muzi.
Yes. Once again, if I can just ask you to refer to them by their numbers.
Sorry, just to simplify it for him. When you mention the person's name, if he's here, you must say Ratamakateng accused number 2.
Okay.
Are you with me? Because that's how his train of thought is made up.
So uthi uma ungalibiza ke igama umusuya uyangeza ukuthi umsolo wesingaki.
Okay.
Understood now.
Yes.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi nomsolo wesi5.
Yeah, just start all over again.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi nomsolo wesi5 wafika wangichazela futhi kwabeni ukuthi ubani.
Okay. I also remember that accused number 5 arrived and Kwabeni informed me as to who he was.
Yes. Yes, but if you can just go back a few steps, you said Gwabeni reminded you of certain persons, just mentioned the name and the number of the accused.
Cela ubuyele emuva kancane ke usushilo ukuthi uGwabeni wachazela ukuthi ubani wena wabiza amagama uthi ucela nje usho lamagama la ubusuwashilo ngaphambilini usho amagama ubese usho ukuthi unumber bani.
Okay. Accused number 5 ngicabanga ukuthi unkani bengimazi ukuthi wakaZungu
Ngokwa?
wakaZungu.
Okay. Accused number 5, I knew him as Nkani, or he said that he was Nkani, but I knew him as being from a Zungu at the time, or as being a Zungu. Yebo?
Yes, you mentioned Gadla and Mafika. Just mention their numbers.
Ubusukhulumile ke ngoGadla noMafika, sicela usho ama-number abo ukuthi bawunumber bani.
Accused number 2 Mafika, accused number 3 Gadla,
Accused number 2 is Mafika, accused number 3 is Gadla,
accused number 5 Nkani,
accused 5 is Nkani.
Yes, you may proceed.
Usungaqhubeka.
engikukhumbulayo kunye sathi sisahleli nje accused number 5 wabe secela ngicabanga ukuthi wathuma omunye wabafana basendaweni ukuthi ngimreversele because ngambhake umva kwakhe.
Okay. Whilst we were seated, accused number 5 then requested a certain gentleman to ask me to just give way because I was parked right behind him so that I could just reverse.
Ngabe sengenza njalo ngabuyela ngaphakathi futhi.
I did that and I went back inside.
Did you see what vehicle accused number 5 was driving on the day?
Ingabe wayibona imoto ayihamba ngayo ngalelo langa umsolo wesihlanu?
Yebo.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yebo.
What type of vehicle was it driving?
Imoto enjani?
It was a Polo, a grey.
A grey Polo.
hatchback.
Hatchback.
Yes, you may proceed.
Yeah, what's one?
Sahlala ke nje kwaxoxa kumnandi ngiphi ingoma.
We sat there,
Uzwa.
we're having a conversation, we were also singing and drinking.
And the meat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sahlala isigameko esiningi esikhumbulayo sathi sahleli lapho kwafika isikhathi ukuthi ngesikhathi ekuphumile unkani cansi asihleli nabanye sabe sesiphuma ngenye imoto ngobutshwala bangekho.
okay. The other incident that I remember, it was at a time when Nkani had already left. We were seated there with the others, and we had now run out of liquor.
Then saphuma uno ncanti red ayibovu.
And we drove a Uno that I think was red.
That's right.
If you say we, who are you referring to?
Uma uthi sa ukhuluma ngobani?
Uma ngikhumbula ngaphuma noma accused number 2 ngafika accused number 3 and abanye ngicabanga ukuthi kwaku-driver wemoto nomunye futhi.
If I remember correctly, I was accused number 2, number 3, and the others, and the other one was the driver of the vehicle.
Saphuma saya eTops mangicabanga kune shopping center complex la saphuma saya khona.
We went to Tops. There was a certain shopping center there.
Abanye bafika bathenga mangikhumbula kahle bathenga utshwala.
The others, if I remember well, they bought liquor.
Sabe sisibuya.
We then went back to the hostel.
Just a minute. Now, how many were you all in all who went to purchase alcohol?
Nani bangaki abahamba bayothenga utshwala?
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi sasu-5.
I remember that.
Umuntu sasigcwele.
I remember that we were 5 because the car was full.
I just want to show you certain photos. If you can use those photos to illustrate your evidence. It's Exhibit S, photo 47 and 48. I'm sorry, pages 47 and 48. Yes, you can also look at the screen if you want to. Can you just explain your evidence using those photos?
Ulokoqeda ukusho-ke uma ungasebenzisa le ithombe embili-ke u-47 kanye no-48.
Ngiyaqinisekisa ukuthi imoto esasihamba ngayo.
I can confirm that that's the vehicle that we were traveling in.
On which page?
47.
47.
Yes.
Yebo.
Buyo le picture. Ngicabanga ukuthi yimilo.
On this picture, the witness pointing to photo 47, the person that is cut, that doesn't appear, says, I think that's me.
You can use the laser to indicate there on there.
Ulokoqeda ukusho manje la angithi abakuboni. Sicela ukhombeze la.
Switch on the laser.
uzoyipressa kodwa.
Ngicabanga ukuthi yimi lo vela kancane.
Yeah.
Just press.
Pressa la. Yes. I think that's me appearing there. Nyabona.
And the others, are you able to recognize them?
Abanye laba bona uyabasi?
Ngiyamazi kodwa accused number 3.
I know them, but I choose number 3.
Yeah, which one is accused number 3?
Come back. About number 3. Let's point him on the photo.
Yes, is it the only person that you recognize?
Uyena engimkhumbulayo kodwa mangikhumbula lo ngasho ukuthi mafika.
He's the one that I can remember, but I'll pin the combo foot, but this one is Mafika. The witness pointing to the person with the cap on.
And its accused number?
So what's number?
Number 2.
Number 2. Although he's not, you can't see him clearly.
Yes, page 48.
48, you know.
Ngicabanga ukuthi accused number 3.
I think it's accused number 3. So come back.
Is there a date on the photo?
Kune-date ekhona lapha esithombeni.
Yebo.
Yes.
What is the date?
It's in the date.
It's 2014, 10, 26, 26 October 2014.
It's the 10th of October 2014.
And the previous photo on page 47, the day there?
26 October 2014.
26 October 2014.
And on photo, on page 48, do you recognize anyone there? On page 48?
Ubani amaziyo lapha khona amaziyo 48.
Accused number 3.
I think it's accused number 3.
And what was the occasion there as per photo on page 48?
La ku 48 ke mathi ke i-occasion kwakuyini? I have no idea.
Referring to that one on page 48.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. As you may continue, returned from buying alcohol, what happened?
Usungaqhubeka ke uthi nabuya ke uyothenga utshwala kwasebenzekani?
Kuningi engathi akukho kuthini ngaphandle kokusasigida bomnandi.
Okay. There's nothing much except that we were just having a day dancing to a song and we were just having fun.
We just want to refer you again to the photos, page 12 of Exhibit S. Do you recognize the person on page 12?
Uyazi lo muntu page 12?
Yebo.
Yes.
Yes, who is it?
Ubani?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Is there a date on the photo?
Ne date ekhona esithombeni.
Yebo.
Yes.
Yes, what is the date?
26 October 2014.
That's on the 26th of October 2014.
Page 17. Do you recognize anyone on the photos per page 17?
Khona maziyo la ku page 17.
Bobabili to accused number 3 and accused number 5.
Both of them, accused number 3 and accused number 5.
Is there a date on the photo?
Kuna date ekhona ke esithombeni.
Yebo.
Yes.
Yes, what is the date?
26 October 2014.
26 October 2014.
Photo 20. Sorry, page 20. Do you recognize anyone on the photo?
Khona maziyo kulesi sithombe.
Accused number 4.
Accused number 4.
Which one is accused number 4? You can use the laser.
Umuphi accused number 4?
Page 21.
21.
Yes, do you recognize anyone there?
Khona maziyo la kulesi sithombe lesi.
Accused number 4.
Accused number 4.
Thank you. You may then proceed.
Usungaqhubeka.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle kwathi kuba yikhathi zakithi zantambama mangicabanga ngabo from 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay, if I remember well, later that day, between 8:30 and 9:30,
Ngangihleli khona ngaphakathi the hostela.
I was seated inside the hostel.
Ngangihleli
Where?
Kuphi nendawo?
should mangihleli ngabo right ngibheke ngasemnyango.
I was seated on the right, facing the door,
Yes, where? At which place?
The main room.
in the main room.
Yes, but is it in the common area of the hostel or does it belong to a specific person?
Ungathi kwakuyindawo yomuntu wonke okanye indawo yomuntu othize?
Common area.
The common area.
Yes.
Yebo.
Kwasekuntambama semnyamanyana.
It was late in the afternoon. It was dark. Yebo.
One then accused number 1, number 2, number 3.
Accused-
Belandelana.
Accused number 1, 2, and 3 came in following each other.
Babetshengisa bathukile ngoba babeshesha beya erumini likakwabini.
It was quite clear, or they were showing that they were in shock and they were fast going towards Kwabini's room.
Ngabe sengisukuma sengibalandela
I stood up and followed them.
ngathi mangena ngaphakathi emnyango kakwabini kwabe sekucisha ilight.
When I went inside Kwabini's room, the light went off.
Yeah, just a minute.
Sorry, I know the concept is the same. Mase ngena eGwabini's room, right? Was a good Tisha a light. Okay, when you interpret, you say the light went off. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
concept is slightly nuanced. Like the light just went off. He's saying was a good Tisha a light. Mr. Jonas?
Kwasekucishwa noma kwasekucisha?
Kwasekucishwa ilight.
That's
Okay,
it.
I missed the W, my lord.
No,
I missed it.
No, it's okay.
I missed the W.
Yes. So just put it on record.
The witness says kwasekucishwa, and the light was switched off.
Yes.
It's the W that I missed. My apologies. ma'am.
No, it's just.
So who switched off the light?
Ubani owacisha ilight?
Anginalwazi kodwa ngasengaphakathi noma ingacishanga ukuthi iyacisha phinde wayikhanyisa uGwabini wabe sengitshela ukuthi le light iyahlupha.
Okay. I don't know as to who switched it off, but I was already inside when it was switched off, and then Gwabini switched it on again and said that this light is giving problems.
Yes. Yeah. Just before you proceed, you mentioned earlier on that you're all seated with the accused that you've mentioned in the common room. What happened thereafter?
Masingabuyela nje emuva ke ushilo ukuthi ohlezi ke nabo ke abasoka laphana kuya common room kuya room leyana ke ihlala wonke umuntu yini ke eyaseyenzeka emuva kwalokho.
You said you saw them coming back. What happened in between?
Uthi wababona masebebuya kodwa maphakathi nalapho nje yini eyenzeka.
Kuningi kwakwenzeka abanye babephuma abanye bengena kwakubhizi.
A lot was happening. Others would be going out, others would be coming in. It was just busy.
Yes.
Ngaphambi kwalokho mina mangifika ngafika ngabeka isibhamu sami ekamereni kaGwabini.
And just before that, upon my arrival, I placed my firearm in Gwabini's room.
In my bag.
Kanye nesikhwama sami and my bag.
Yes. But just before you saw them coming and following each other, when last did you see them?
Kodwa ke ngaphambilini kokuthi ubabone ke bengena belandelelana ke ugcine nini ubabona phambi kwalokho phambi kokuthi ubabone besebebuya manje belandelelana ugcine nini phambi kwalokho ubabona?
Kwakungesikhashana noma ngeke sakhumbule kodwa kwakungesikhashana.
For some time, although I won't be able to recall, but it was for quite some time.
Yes, you may proceed. You say
Uma ngena ngaphakathi
the light was switched off. Yes.
yakhanyiswa futhi light.
When I went in and the light was switched on again,
Should light yakho noma isitsha off yayingathi kwaba dark for that time waselungisa uGwabini.
when the light was switched off, it was dark for that time, and then Gwabini fixed it.
Ngaphakathi kwakukhona umuzi
So if you say he fixed it, what do you mean?
Uma uthi wayilungisa uGwabini kusho ukuthini?
akalilungisa ukuthi alifix should light yakho ngasho ukuthi lapha yawe ngathi yacisha ngathi yenza off.
Not that he literally fixed it, but it's sort of like the light is falling off or it switches off. Yebo?
Ngathi mangena ngaphakathi ngoba ngathi ngaphakathi ngoba ngibalandela.
When I was right inside, because I was already inside, and because I was following right behind them. Yebo?
Ngathi mangena ngafika ngama ngaphambi ugadla wami ngapha kwami ngama phakathi kwabo umuzi wami ngapha kwami.
Okay. When I came in there, and Gadla was on the other side of me, and then Muzi was on this side of me.
Just a minute. Yes. Just remember to mention their names. Yes. If you say Gadla, who are you referring to?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Yes, Muzi.
Muzi.
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
And Mafiga accused number 3.
And Mafiga accused number 3.
Ngathi mangibabheka bobabili uMuzi noGadla babephethe ibhamu. Mafiga kuphela ongasiphethe isibhamu.
When I looked at them, both Gadla and Muzi were carrying firearms or in possession of firearms. Mafiga was the only one who was not having a firearm.
Yes, just once again, please refer to their numbers.
Oh.
There's
Accused
Gata.
number 1 and accused number 3.
Accused number 1 and accused number 3.
Accused number 1 is sociable 38.
Accused number 1 was carrying a firearm of a 38 revolver.
And accused number 3 was having a 9mm.
Accused number 3 was in possession of a 9mm.
Ngabe sengifika sengibuza uGwabini because uGwabini had already recently.
I then inquired from Gwabini because Gwabini was already inside the house.
Ngabe sengibuza esami isibhamu.
I then asked him about my firearm.
Wabe senginikeza sona.
He gave it to me.
Shodwa wabe segoba ngalisi usithatha.
He just bent on the other side and took it
Wanginika sona.
and gave it to me.
Ngabe sengilisa magazine.
I then released the magazine.
Ngazivula.
Your firearm, what type of firearm was it?
It's a 9mm Z88 pistol.
Esami ke kwakuyi 9mm Z88.
Is it a personal firearm or work issued firearm?
Esakho noma
It's
esomsebenzi.
a work issued firearm.
Esengasinikeza emsebenzini.
Yes.
Yebo baba.
Ngabe sengisinuka ngoba ngambona ukuthi kuna something suspicious la phakathi.
I then smelled it because I could now see that there was something suspicious inside here.
You smelled what?
The firearm.
Which one?
Esami lesengasinuka.
Ngabe sengisifaka kimi ngabe sengiqala ngibambuza ukuthi ngathatha i38 kumbuzi ngayibheka.
Okay. I then placed it in my possession, and then I took the 38 special from Muzi and looked at it.
Yes, once again, accused number?
1.
Number 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ngendlela kwakwenzeke ngakhona ngathi lezi ibhamu babeyinikeza uGwabini.
The manner in which I saw it, or it was happening, that they were handing these firearms over to Gwabini.
Ngabe sengimbuza uGwabini ukuthi why ukhipha ibhamu ehostel futhi again.
I then asked Gwabini, why is it that you are issuing out or you are giving out firearms at the hostel again?
Uphatha izibhamu shothi why eba nesibhamu shothi 38 angimazi ukuthi silahlekile.
Right. Okay. The witness is just correcting something, my lord. Why are you having firearms again? Because I was I knew. Let me say, I knew that the 38 was lost. Yeah.
Wabe sethi akusiyona leyo.
And then he said to me, "It's not that one."
But ngaqhubeka ngoba ngabona ukuthi vele kuna something engiyitholi kahle.
I then carried on because I could now pick up or see that something wasn't going well.
Okay. Yes, what made you suspicious?
Yini le eyakwenza ukuthi ube neyinsolo?
Uma ngikhumbula ngendlela abangena ngakhona befonda erumini kaGwabini, uma ngifika futhi lapha erumini baphethe ibhamu, and before ngene kwaba khona wathi nangibabomncane.
Okay. It's the manner in which they came in. They then went to Gwabini's room, and as I walked in, or as I came into the room, others said, "Here is the uncle, Babomncane."
Yes, you may proceed.
Umafika wabe sephuma ngoba ngathi wangizokuthetha wabe sephuma ngidlula phambi kwami waphuma.
Mafika then went out because wabuzwa.
Haya ngangithethisa uGwabini.
Okay, because he heard me shouting at Gwabini, and then he came out. He walked out in front of me.
And Mafika is again accused?
Accused number 2.
Accused number 2.
And why were you shouting?
Kwakuyini imbangela ukuthi uthethise uGwabini?
Ngibathethisela ibhamu because ngangazi ukuthi shooting ngaphambilini wakangitshela ukuthi yazi ngangazi ukuthi baphathe ibhamu ngathi mina why kuhlale uphethe ibhamu ehostel.
Okay. It was because they were in possession of a firearm, and I was asking him, why is it that at the hostel you are carrying firearms or you are having firearms?
Wabe sengiphendula futhi ukuthi nganawe babomncane sakho ngithe sibeke la ngoba bengingafuni nonke ngiphathe ibhamu.
He then responded to me by saying, Uncle, I also told you to place your firearm here because I didn't want all of you to be in possession of firearms.
Ngabe sengimkhola kodwa ngangibona ukuthi ukusho lokho ngoba enza lokho ngoba lezi wabe seyithatha lezi ibhamu futhi kubani ethi lethatha lezi ibhamu.
I believed him, but I also thought that he was just saying this because he was doing this. And then that's when he said, bring these fire or give these firearms here.
Ngaqhubeka ngathetha ngithethisa yena.
I carried on and shouting at him.
Kwathi kusenjalo kwabe ngizwa umnyango suvuleka ngemuva.
Still at that, I then heard the door opening behind me.
Wabe sengingena accused number 5.
Accused number 5 came in. If I remember well, he was wearing a black jacket. He then asked Gwabini, what is it? Is there a problem?
Accused number 4.
Okay. Then Gwabini said there's no issues, and then he requested me and said, Uncle, but when he came in, he was in the company of accused number 4.
Just a minute. Just a minute. You mentioned that accused 5 was wearing a black jacket. We just want to show you photo on page 17 again of Exhibit S. Can you just use that photo to illustrate your evidence? What is that you're pointing?
Accused number 5.
Yes. Wearing what?
He's wearing a black jacket.
Then Gwabini
requested me and said, Uncle, may I please speak to these gentlemen? They are leaving, they are going home. I did exactly that and I went out. As I went out, I saw Mafika standing there at the corner.
Yes, which accused?
Accused number 2.
Accused number 2.
Notice jacket is a grey from Wenyama.
A grey. I then noticed that he had changed jackets, that he was now wearing a grey jacket from a black.
And wabe sengibheka naye ngaphansi kwale jacket ukuthi ngiyambona yini ukuthi wabe eseza phakathi ezongena naye phakathi
He then looked at me from underneath the jacket as to whether could I see him. He then went past and went into the very same room where the others were.
Just a minute. Now, you say you noticed that accused was wearing a grey jacket from the black one. Can you just describe the black jacket that you? that he had
Uyasho
initially.
uyasho ukuthi wayesegqoke egrey kule emnyama usetshintshile manje wafaka egrey kule emnyama befa usungayichaza ke le is it describe the grey or the black one?
The black one.
The black. Uchaze le
ngoba
black.
kangene endlini balandela ngangembonile ukuthi ufake black.
Because when I was following them as they entered the house, I saw that he was wearing a black jacket.
Yes, but what type of jacket was it?
Kanjani uhlobo?
Hoodie nesigqoko.
It's a hoodie. Nesigqoko.
Wona ngesikhathi ephuma waphuma phambi kwami.
Because even at the time when he went out in front of me.
And
Sorry. Mr. Jonas, just interpret that very assertion by a witness.
The last one, Magus.
Yeah, the way
Okay,
I'm not
alright.
I'm not being fastidious.
Right, Magus. Right.
The way you interpreting it. You're saying a hoodie as if there are two items. Just clarify from the witness. The way I understood, he makes it one item, but clarify it.
The hoodie.
The jacket and the hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Jacket or and the hoodie.
Ukhuluma nge-hoodie, ukhuluma nge-hoodie, ukhuluma nge-jacket, ukhuluma nge-hoodie.
No, hoodie.
Okay, no, it's a hoodie.
So it's a jacket and a hoodie.
I-jacket in a hoodie.
It's a ngathi ijersey lingasiya lingavuleki so kodwa nesigqoko.
I would say it's a jersey, my lord, that is not being opened there, pointing to the front, but it has a hoodie.
Linesigqoko.
It is a
Meaning
hoodie.
sigqoko is part of the jacket.
Ingxenye
That's what I
yayo
want to
isigqoko
find out.
lesi.
Yebo.
Yes, please, my lord.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that.
Then I'm noticing
yes, and the grey one.
The grey one,
futhi iyafana nayo.
the grey one looks exactly like that.
Yes, just describe it.
How it has it.
Nayo jacket ijersey nesigqoko.
It's also a jacket, jersey-like jacket with a hood, as the witness is demonstrating.
Ukumbuka kwami kwangenza nganotice ukuthi why echangeile umayiphuma because mayiphuma ngambona ukuthi uyifake emnyama.
When I looked at him, it then made me to notice as to why is it that he had changed. Because when he walked out, I saw that he had a black one.
Yes, we may proceed.
Yeah.
Emva kwalokho wabe sebuyela ngaphakathi ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngamkhulumisa ngoba waphambana nami uyedwa engaphandle.
After that, he went back in, and I remember that I spoke to him because we crossed paths, because he's the only one that was outside.
Yes, can you remember what you spoke to him about?
Usakhumbula ukuthi wamkhulumisa wathini?
Mangicabanga ukuthi ngathi kuye magazi nawo lama jacket ungiphe yona.
Uphinde magazi
Ngathi unayo ucela ungiphe yona.
nayo. Okay, I said to what magazi?
Yeah.
I said to magazi, can you give? Yeah?
Unawo ungiphe yona.
Oh, you do have them. Please give me one of these jackets.
Wabe sehleka wangena ngaphakathi.
He then left and went inside.
Just a minute. If you say you do have them, what do you mean?
Uma uthi unawo bo usho ukuthini?
Ngangitshengisa ukuthi mhlambe ngoba ngibonile ukuthi ufake enye waphinda futhi washintsha wafaka enye.
It was an indication or to indicate that now because I saw that he was wearing another one, a different one. Now he had changed and was wearing another one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emva kwalokho ngabe sengihlala ngaphandle ngaphakathi main room.
There-
Babe busy kamerweni.
Thereafter, I sat in the main room. They were busy in the bedroom.
Which main room?
Uma ukhuluma yiphi main room?
Le ihall
The hall,
because nganginabanye abafuthu.
because I was with my other brothers.
Yes, may I proceed?
Sungaqhubeka.
Khumbula babengcele uxolo ngibashiye. Babecele uxolo ukuthi ngiphume ngibashiye ngaphakathi.
Ubani abacela uxolo?
Kwabini.
Okay. I remember that they apologized that I had left them, or I had went out and left them inside.
Then ngabe sengihlala kwathi ngakaphela isikhathi singakanani weza uGwabini wangitshela ukuthi ucela mase ngihambe no accused number 1.
I then sat, and then Gwabini came out and requested me that when I'll be leaving, he was requesting me to leave together with accused number 1.
Ngabe sengibuza ukuthi ukuphi uMakhosonke engangade ngize naye.
I then inquired, where is Makhosonke, the one that I came with?
uGwabini wathi samfonela kunjalo.
Was Gwabini was phoning him.
Waqhamuka uMuzi ngicela naye ephuma ngaphakathi endlini.
Muzi appeared. I think he was also coming from inside the house.
Yes, accused number?
Muzi is accused number 1.
Muzi is accused number 1.
Kwabe sengitshela ukuthi ngingamshiyi.
He then informed me not to leave him.
Ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi okay umtshelile uGwabini kodwa sisamele uMakhosonke.
I then informed him that Gwabini told me, but we are still waiting for Makhosonke.
Akatholakala uMakhosonke. Kwabe sefona uGwabini efonela uMakhosonke.
Makhosonke wasn't found, and Gwabini phone called Makhosonke.
Then uMakhosonke emva kwemizuzu emingaki wafika ngikhumbula wafika ngase kodwa wafika late ngoba wamtshela uGwabini ukuthi akasahambi uMakhosonke.
After some minutes, I can't remember the specific as to how long, but after some minutes, Makhosonke arrived, and Gwabini informed me that Makhosonke is no longer living.
Wangitshela lokho ngoba ikade ikhulume ngaye ngefoni ukuthi akasahambi.
He told me that because he had spoken to him telephonically, that Makhosonke was not living, wasn't living anymore.
Sathi sisahleli samile ngaphakathi la uMozi wabe ese khipha iskipa ngicabanga ukuthi isiqobile kwako esibomvu washolela isandleni.
Okay. Whilst we were still standing inside there, Muzi then took out a T-shirt that he was wearing, folded it. Okay, if I remember well, it was red, and rolled it in his hand.
Just a minute, and that's accused number
1.
Accused number 1.
Wabe sebuza la ngoba wadonsa mangikhumbula kahle khonta idonsa yobuma.
If I remember well, there is just something to stand on that he pulled.
And wephethe elinye ibhodlela ngesandla.
And in his hand he was carrying a bottle.
Wabe sebuza ukuthi niyazi nokuthi senzwile yini ngendlela ayibeka ngayo senzwile yini ukuthi uMeyiwa kasekho.
And then he put it like this. Have you heard, now this you, my lord, is in plural, have you heard that Meyiwa is no more?
Just a minute. And who's saying that?
Ushoban?
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
Wabe sekuthi ngoba sasibaningi ngaphakathi abanye bathi hawu yabona.
Because there were many of us inside, others exclaimed or remarked by saying, how?
I
then disputed what he said, and I took out my phone.
Social media.
I looked on social media.
Just a minute. Yes.
Yeah. I then disputed that and said, no, your source, once again in plural, your source is not correct. I didn't put much emphasis on that because I was just under the impression, or I told myself that they were just discussing or having a discussion. After that, it was busy because others were leaving, others were coming in.
Ngiyakhumbula ngabe sengiphuma ngaphandle samele uMakhosonke.
I remember that I went outside, still waiting for Makosonke.
Ngafika ngabhema ngaphandle.
When I got outside, I smoked.
Abanye babehamba, abanye bengena, kwakubhizi nje.
It was just busy. Others were leaving, others were coming in.
Engikukhumbulayo futhi kwakuthinga emva kwesikhashana mangithi ngimotweni ukhiye wemonto owawungekho.
And after some time, as I was going to the vehicle, the car keys were not with me.
Ngabe sengibuyela phakathi kuGwabini.
I went back inside to Kwabini.
Ngabe sengimbuza uGwabini ukhiye wemonto.
I asked Kwabini, where are the car keys?
Just a minute. Yes.
uGwabini wabesethi hawu bakumncane wabesekhipha ifoni.
Then Kwabini said, how, Uncle Babomngane? And then he took out a phone.
Ngicabanga ukuthi wayefona angimazi wayefonela abanye.
I think he was calling, but I don't know who he was calling.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi ngoba asebephumile abanye ngeke ngisho ukuthi ubani wayekhona ubani wayengekho.
I wouldn't say as to who was there, who wasn't there. The others were already out.
Wabesefona elokhu ekhala ukuthi ababamba amafoni.
He kept on calling and said that they are not answering their phones.
Then kwagcina ibuya ngaphakathi ezokhuluma nomunye ngicabanga ukuthi uyihlobene accused number 4.
He then came in and spoke to someone. I think that person was related to accused number 4.
Wabe semtshela ukuthi uma ngikhumbula amazwi asho ukuthi umzala akabambi ifoni. Ngicabanga ukuthi uyarefera maybe accused number 5.
He then said that Mzala is not answering his phone. I think he was referring to accused number 5.
Emva kwalokho kwabe sekubakhona ukuthi lo ekhuluma naye lokho wabe sebefona wabe sebakhona ubamba ifoni kulaba abafonela.
Then that person that Kwabini was speaking to then made a phone call, and then they answered their phone, or the one that person was calling then answered the phone.
Then wasethi ubaba omncane ufuna ukuhamba uphi ukhiye kanti.
He then said, Uncle wants to leave, where is the key?
Then emva kwalokho kwabe sithi angilinde kancane sabaphizi ngoba salinde uMakhosonke futhi.
Thereafter told me to wait a bit, and we were busy because we were also waiting for Makhosonke,
Engathi ngifuna ukumbona ngoba ngangize naye.
who I said I wanted to see because I came with him.
Naye futhi wayafona wathi uyeza.
He also called and said that he was on his way.
Just a minute. Yes, may I proceed?
Kwathatha isikhathi ukuthi kufike shuthi kufike uMakhosonke.
It took time for Makhosonke to arrive.
Akusisikhathi eside kangako kodwa nje isikhathi nyana.
Not that much long of a time, but it was some time.
Mangikhumbula kwabe sekufika uaccused number 4. Wabe sekufika enginikeza ukhiye wemonto.
If I remember, accused number 4 arrived, and on his arrival, he gave me the car keys.
Yes. Did he say where you got them from?
Ingaba wakutshela yini ukuthi wayithola kuphi ikhiye zemoto?
Ngendlela mhlambe kwawuthi kwangenasidingo ukuthi ngibuze ngoba kangade vele ngithetha ngangibona nje awukho. So what my niggas ukhiye wabe sebonga.
Okay. The manner in which I was seeing, I could see it because I was talking, and I could see that it wasn't there. And when he gave it back to me, he also conveyed his gratefulness. Yebo.
waze wajengisa ukuthi engamnothisa ukuthi uyasabatha kuye ngoba wabe sishaya izandla zombili
Uyathini?
ukuthi uyasabatha nayiqeda ukunikeza ukhiye ebonga.
Okay. Funa uqiniseke isiqiniseko sokusabatha. Uthini ukuthi uyasabatha?
So indlela ayikhuluma ngayo etshengisa ukuhlonipha la.
Okay. The manner in which he said it, my Lord, it showed that he was being respectful because he made use of both his hands, clapping his hands like this.
Ngabe sengithatha ukhiye sengibuyele emontweni ngabe sengifuna umuzi wayebhizi naye ngoba ngangizohamba naye.
I took the keys, went to the car, but I also looked for Muzi because I was going to leave together with Muzi.
Yes, and that's accused number?
Accused number one?
Accused number one.
Accused number one.
Ngabe sengimbuza wabe sefika na umuzi nokwabeni kwakubhizi nje nalo ithatha imlinde ngoba ngikhumbula ngahamba nabantu abawu4.
Okay. Muzi arrived, Kwabini arrived, and the other one that he said I must wait for. It was just busy because in total I left with 4 people.
Ngaphambi ukuthi ngihambe ukwabini wangitshela ukuthi uMakhosonke akasahamba.
Just before I left, Kwabini informed me that Makhosonke was no longer living.
My Lord, may I just get confirmation if the Kwabini will be called?
Sure, you'll call him.
As a court, please, my Lord, at some point we tried to avoid the hearsay, but my learned friend then objected, which meant she agreed or acquiesced to the hearsay. Now she's objecting again. The impression that she created was that she doesn't mind the hearsay.
No. No, my Lord.
Okay, anyway.
Thank you.
Are you going to call Gwabini?
We're still considering our options as far as that is concerned.
So you're saying he mustn't lead?
Then yes, my Lord.
Okay.
And hearsay should not be.
Okay.
As a court pleases. You said you left with accused number 4 and other people. How many other people?
Muzi.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Muzi. Yes.
Muzi.
It's Muzi.
Abanye abayi2.
Other 2.
And ukwabini weza
Just once again, Muzi accused number?
1.
It's number 1. Uthi Kwabini wenzani?
Weza naye wathi uzohamba nathi uzojika egate.
Kwabini also came and said that he was going to just walk with us and then turn around at the gate.
Yeah, just this court.
Yes.
Wants to place it on record that I will not entertain the hearsay. I'm not going to take it into consideration.
As a court pleases.
All the hearsay.
As a court
So that
pleases.
it mustn't be said that I incorporated it into my judgment if I ever write one.
As a court pleases. Yes. What happened further?
Kwasekwenzekani-ke?
Emva kwalokho sabe sesihamba wathi sophuma wafika ukwabini wadilika egatini wakhuluma nabanye bawumi emile wakhuluma nabo.
We then went and up to the gate, and then at the gate, that's where Kwabini then spoke to some others that were in a taxi. I spoke to them. Okay. The witness is correcting that no, I did. That is referring to himself. I didn't speak to him, but Kwabini spoke to them.
Yes. What happened further?
Kwasekwenzekani-ke?
Emva kwalokho ngabe sengishiya umuzi cishe kwezinye itrati ngaphakathi wabe sengitshengisa uhlala ngakuphi ngamshiya lapho.
I then left, and then I also dropped a Muzi in some streets inside there. He pointed out to me as to where he was staying.
And that's accused number?
Accused number 1.
So, brother,
Where did you drop off accused number 1 exactly?
ikuphi lapho mshiya khona?
Noma ngakhumbuli kodwa kungaphandle hostel.
Although I can't remember, but it is outside the hostel.
Nomunye futhi wabe sethi naye uhlala somewhere naye ngamshiya khona lapho endleleni.
There's another one who also said he's staying around there. I also dropped that person along the road.
Then ngabe se hamba no1.
I then left with one.
Engamshiya engine garage P91.
Who I left at, or I dropped at the engine garage P91.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emva kwalokho ngathi mangifika mangikhumbula kahle ngani mangifika eThembisa afika ngalala kwasebusuku vele.
After that, when I arrived in Tembisa, I slept because it was already at night.
Kwaba ilanga elilandelayo
Then
Monday.
it was then the following day, which was the Monday.
Then emva kwalokho ngabe sengiyibona lento kumedia.
And thereafter, I then saw this thing on media.
But angithathilanga enhloko yami like ukuthi ndenzeke kodwa ngayibona lento bebeyikhuluma iyiqiniso.
But I didn't take much note of it or take it seriously. But I then noticed that what they were saying was true.
Now, if you say you saw this thing on the media, what do you mean?
Ushukuthini uma uthi wayibona kwi-media lento?
Like ku-TV kwakukhulunywa ngayo manje ukuthi Senzo Meyiwa has been killed for Lawrence.
It was being spoken about on TV that Senzo Meyiwa had been killed in Fort Lawrence.
Then akukho engangakusho ngoba ngangakubonanga kwenzeka.
There's nothing I could say because I didn't see it happening.
But ngakubona ukuthi lokhu bebekusho shuthi kube kweyiqiniso ukuthi babethole.
But I then noticed or saw that which they said was true. But as to where they got it from, I didn't know.
That which they said, what do you mean?
Uma uthi lokho ababekusho usho ukuthini?
Uma umuzi ekhulume elizolo ebusuku before Sunday ukuthi nizwile ukuthi uMeyiwa kasekho.
When Moses said it the previous night that, have you heard that Meyiwa is no more?
Is Moses accused?
Accused number 1.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then kwabe sekuba ilanga elilandelayo phela kwakuyilesibili.
It was then the following day, I think it was a Tuesday.
Kwenye ama-newspaper ngabe sengibuka iy'thombe zazikhona.
In one of the newspapers, I looked at the pictures that were there.
Njengoba ngangiyifunda le newspaper ngezwe ukuthi abasolwa abangelendeka ababili.
As I read it, I saw that it was alleged, or it was said that there were two suspects that came in. The other one, yebo.
Omunye begqoke into emnyama.
The other one was wearing something black.
Omunye ebenama-dread.
The other one had dreadlocks.
Just a minute.
Then emva kwalokho ngabe sengibuyisa laba abantu ngibabonile.
Thereafter, it then came back to me that I saw these people.
Kodwa ngithathilanga futhi ekhanda ngabe sengitshela nje ukuthi mhlawumbe into engibuke yandlula.
I then once again didn't take it seriously. I just thought that it's just something that I saw and it just passed.
If you say you saw these people, what do you mean?
Uma uthi ngasebona ukuthi laba bantu ngibabonile usho ukuthini?
Ngendlela uma ubuka kulesithombe mangicabanga ukuthi newspaper engangiyibuka kwakuney'thombe lapha phansi.
Referring to the newspaper, as I was looking at the newspaper, and there were also pictures at the bottom, photos at the bottom.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi Mafika wayegqoke i-hoodie black.
I remember that Mafika was wearing a black hoodie.
Yes, Mafika.
Accused number 2.
Accused number 2.
And Mafika wayishintsha le hoodie mangikhuluma naye.
And when I spoke to him,
Hostel.
That Mafika had changed this hoodie whilst I was at the hostel.
And lokho kwamenza ukuthi ngibe nokusola kodwa kwangangithi indaba.
But that made me to be suspicious, but it didn't take me anywhere.
You mentioned that according to the report in the newspaper, one had dreadlocks. Just elaborate on that.
Awusho ke awuchaze ke uthi kwabhaliwe ke lo phepha ukuthi omunye wayena dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks, omunye wayene dreadlocks ene gold teeth.
Dreadlocks, gold teeth.
Yes.
Stashes.
The witness pointing here right at the top of this is a mustache. A mustache.
Ngendlela engabona ngakhona accused number 2. Ngikwakunginikeza isithombe sokuthi uyafana nalo muntu engibuka lapha. Noma engafani exactly kodwa i-description yakhe.
And that made me to look at the accused number 2 and say, but this person that is being described here resembles him, although I wouldn't say that exactly, but the description here resembles him.
Yeah, which description?
The description there. The witness pointing to
the mustache.
The mustache.
And the hoodie, the way it going corner.
The hoodie, the manner in which he was wearing it.
And the way it was shinja ngaphakathi.
And the manner in which he had changed it inside.
Wangenza ngikubuke nje. Laba abantu ngibabonile. Kodwa ukuthi ngibabonile.
That made me to then say that, but I saw these people, but as to where I saw them,
then
yes, but just as far as the person with dreadlocks is concerned, what was your recollection?
Manje ke uma sekhulunywa ke ngalona wama dreadlocks yini owayikhumbula?
Uma kusaqala mangakhumbula because mangikhumbula ngaphakathi ngina dread day 1 ngambona. Kodwa mase ngibuka kwabe usungibuzisa no.
Okay. When I looked at it at that time, that it was not only one person who had dreadlocks inside, but then it came back to me. But at the time, Gaza also had the dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Dread. Why you are? Should I the way I'm going on this term? I vulnerable so.
And the manner in which
yes, so.
Okay, and the manner in which I looked at Gadla's dreadlocks in the photo, they were like in open. They were not tightened, my lord. The witness is indicating that the ones that were on the newspaper, those ones they were loose. But Gadla's dreadlocks were tight, my lord.
So I went down to something really 2 years old.
That made me not then to put emphasis on him that it was him or.
Who is Gadla?
Ubanu Gadla.
Accused number 3.
Accused number Msola we start.
See.
Yes, you may proceed.
Yeah, correct.
Then emva kwalokho insube ihamba ngezwe ukuthi uminister utaske abathize ukuthi be-investigate this daba emva kwalokho.
And as days went on, I then heard that the minister had tasked certain people to investigate this matter. Yebo.
Just a minute. Now, during cross-examination, my colleagues referred to the identity kit by Warrant Officer Steenkamp, which we're going to show to you now.
Sorry. Has it been shown that identity kit is common cause? Are you with me?
Is it
common cause?
Yes, well, it was used by my friends.
Yeah,
yes.
Meaning the accused.
Yes.
And their counsels are aware of it.
Yes.
Okay.
They are the ones who refer to it.
Okay.
What is your comment as far as the identity is concerned?
Mayelana nale identity uthini? Ngasho ukuthi ngapha uthini?
Angeke ngikwazi ukuphawula.
I wouldn't be able to comment about it.
No comment. Yes, sir.
I just want to follow the line that my colleague is pursuing. He says it is common cause.
He never said that. I said that. I said that. Mr. Baloyi, did you say it's common cause?
And then he confirmed what the court said.
Yeah, okay, fine. You can say that you confirmed it, but I asked and said it. Okay.
It's not common cause.
It's not common cause.
It's not common cause. Yes.
Mr. Baloyi.
Well, we say my colleagues refer to the sketch, and we're referring to the very same sketch or identikit that they referred to.
Yeah, but when I say common cause, I mean
Yes.
it has been disclosed
Yes.
in the papers which the accused and their counsel were
Yes.
given from the docket.
Yes.
So they have it.
Yes.
That's what I mean in court when I say it's common cause. That's some goes.
As a court cases.
He's very alleging, my lord, that my colleagues also, in cross-examination of Stenka, also referred to this photo. I personally did not refer to it. I don't know about my colleagues.
Well, in the cross-examination of Thokozizi and as well as
Sorry,
Tumelo.
so that you save time.
Yes.
So that you save time. Is it correct that you have Staines' identity kit?
Excuse me, my lord.
Staines. He's the one who drew that.
Steenkamp.
Steenkamp's identity kit. You have it.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Yes.
And I can recall during cross-examination that it was put, for instance, I think to one of the witnesses, is it Tumelo, that after Steenkamp made remarks that he interviewed them, but the description he gave them does not accord with other descriptions which were given by other of the persons he drew this identity kit of. You remember that piece of evidence? Mr. Let's stand up to it. Do you remember that piece of evidence?
As the court proceeds, madam.
Do you remember it?
I do remember
Yes, but it
aspects
was
of that
put that
cross-examination.
one of the witnesses contradicted another witness regarding the sketches, which were identity kits which were drawn by Steenkamp. And this was referred to Zandile, which Zandile said this person looked like this and like this. And Tumishone said,
It is in order, madam.
yes, I remember.
Yes, it is.
I'm on the board, I remember.
I
Do you
also-
remember that?
I also remember, yes.
Hello?
Yes, I do remember. In fact, I'm
Yes,
the
yes.
one who referred to.
That's it, yeah.
to-
So-
to the-
Balo is correct.
To the
Let's
identity
continue,
kit.
please.
Yes.
So this is if the identity kit can be shown.
But sorry, the witness said he has no comment to that identity kit sketch. Mr. Jonas?
Ngishilo ukuthi awukho ngapha.
Okay, fine.
Confirms that.
Yes. So there's no. If you can just go slowly one by one. And this one?
No, I won't say anything.
Akukho engingabosho.
Yes. Yes, but you mentioned to the identities that you saw in the media. If you see any of them, just mention.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ku-media ngabona futhi nasithombe esifana nalesi.
I think I saw a picture similar to this one in the media.
Ukuthi yise esibona ku-media.
This is the one I saw in the media.
Yes. come back to this aspect. We can proceed. So we may proceed, yes.
Where are we?
Yes, you mentioned that you heard that the minister had tasked certain people to look into the matter.
Yeah, ngezwa lokho emva kwalokho ngibangisaba ukuthi mhlambe ngilandelele kangako.
I heard that, and then after that, I didn't follow it much.
And kungakapheli isikhathi singakanani ngezwa bethi i-suspect has been arrested.
And in no time, I then heard that the suspect had been arrested.
Then akukho ngathi ngiyalandela lokho.
And there's nothing that I can say that I followed up on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emva kwesikhashana esingakanani ngezwa bethi futhi suspect akusiyona.
And after some time, I then heard again that they're saying that the suspect was not the right one.
Then akukho futhi engakwenza.
I didn't do anything.
Hayi kanje wahamba.
I just left it.
Ngifunda nje ngama newspaper.
I would just be reading newspapers as normal.
Then kwathi sekuhambe isikhathi cishe bese kuphele nonyaka.
And after some time, let's say about after a year,
2016,
2015, 2016,
2017,
2017,
if I'm not mistaken.
uma ngeziphutha,
Wabe sethi ngabe ngibane nokwabini. Ngabe sembuza
I then met Gwabini and asked him.
Yes. It's correct. You had a discussion with Gwabin. Don't refer to the content of the discussion.
Okay.
Yes, we had a discussion with Gwabeni. What happened thereafter?
Emuva kokuthi umbuzile noma nikhulumile base kwenzekani?
Akukho ngoba sasixoxa nje. So xoxa wona.
It was just a discussion,
Ngabanani.
nothing much.
Yes.
Wahamba. What about 2018?
Then in 2018,
Kube baningi ababe kubo bonke laba babenginabo shoot ngalelanga ngilapha hostel. Babe lokhu bengitshela one by one ukuthi uyakhumbula yini ngalena la.
okay. Then amongst the people that I was with at the hostel on that day, one by one, would you
Yes.
say, do you remember?
Yes, you may not refer to hearsay evidence. What happened in 2018?
Kwenzekani ngo-2018?
You had discussion with some of the people who were present.
Bakubuza kwenzekani, sikhulume nje kwenzeka kamuva.
Emva kwalokho ngabe se cisho yophela 2018
Almost at the end of 2018,
abanye mangibona ukuthi nengxabano yokuthi bakhuluma ukuthi ngabe se content kaSwazini okay. Ngabe ngoba ngase nginolwazi shoot olunzulu lokuthi laba basolwa ababesolakala lapha ya yilaba basolwa engangenabo.
okay. Now this information, my lord, that these suspects that are now being suspected of having done this are the very same people that I was with on that day at the hostel.
Yes, what do you mean?
Ushukuthini ngalokho?
Ukuthi lokho engakubona shoot ngaleli yalanga kwakuyikho kusho ukuthi yibo ababekade bebuya ukukwenza okwakuyinto efanayo naleyo.
That what I saw on that day at the hostel, that they were the ones that were coming from committing that or something similar to that.
Yes, when you say what you saw, what do you mean?
Uma ukhuluma ngowakubona ushukuthini? Ukhuluma ngani?
Ngikhuluma ngokuphatha ibhamu,
About the carrying of the firearms,
ukubona umafika changer,
seeing Mafika changing,
Yeah, Mafika is which accused?
accused number 2,
umsolo wesibili,
and nabantu bebekhuluma ngakho shoot engathi ngibajwayele.
and as also the people that were talking about it that I was used to.
So emva kwalokho ngabe sengikhuluma no General Leshabane.
Thereafter, I spoke to General Lishabane.
And who's General
Ubani
Leshabane?
yena uGeneral Lishabane?
He was my cluster commander.
Kwakuyi-commander ke, cluster commander yami.
Yes, did you Except being your cluster commander, did he hold any other position?
Ngaphandle kokuthi uyi-cluster commander yakho, ikhona enye i-position awayibambile?
Uma ngikhumbula kahle kwavumuntu olandela indaba ngesikhathi uminister kwakufikile eMbalula echaza ukuthi utask abanye ngakhumbula ukuthi wathi naye umtaskile.
Yes, you say he was a cluster commander.
Yes.
Did he hold any other position?
Just explaining that.
Yes, just
Remember that at the time the minister tasked people, he also tasked him.
Ngoba wayekade province wayengasekho ku cluster yethu.
Because he was now at the province and no longer at our cluster.
so court, please, my lord, the state will be calling General Lishabani at the later stage.
Oh, okay.
The witness is going to refer to what the discussions with General Lishabani. Yes, you may proceed.
Uthi-ke uzombiza-ke yena Lishabani. Ungaqhubeka.
You say you spoke to General Lishabani. He was a cluster commander. Then what happened?
Kwasekuthini-ke ukukhulumile no-General Lishabani?
Do you remember when you spoke to him?
Usakhumbula ukuthi wakunini ukhuluma kwakho naye uGeneral Lishabani?
Uma ngikhumbula ngicabanga ukuthi kuphela ka 2018 to 2019.
If I remember well, I think it was the end of 2018, 2019.
Ngoba wathi kimi uzokwenza lo msebenzi uyena ozozenzela ukubheka lokho engangisho kuye.
Because he said to me that he would do that work. He'll look into what I was telling him about.
Yes, what did you tell him?
Yini owamtshela kona?
Ngamtshela ukuthi ngikhathazekile mayelana nalidaba ngoba abantu abaningi bathi nami ngise hostel.
I told him that I was disturbed about this matter because a lot of people are saying that I was also at the hostel.
So, wabe sengitshela uzozenzela yena uphenyo emva kwalokho uyobuya azomtshela.
He then informed me that he himself would then conduct his investigation and thereafter he will come back and inform me.
Kodwa angimtshelanga ukuthi ngangikhona ehostel.
But I didn't tell him that I was at the hostel.
Izathu songamtsheli kwami ngangafuni ukumnikeza the information ukuthi isuka kimi.
The reason why I didn't inform him that I was at a hostel, that I didn't want to give him this information that it was coming from me.
And nami nganginaso isiqiniseko salokho.
And I also didn't have any certainty with regards to that.
With regard to what?
Isiqiniseko sami
Laba babulala uSenzo Meyiwa nganginabo ehostel.
that those who had killed Senzo Meyiwa, I was with them at the hostel.
Yes.
Mangikhumbula kahle bese kufika ukuthi isikhathi la ngathi uGeneral wathi uzozenzela yena uphenyo.
If I remember well, the time came, there was a time where the general said that he himself would conduct an investigation.
Ngabe sekuthi ngoba ngangiphatheke kabi shuthi ngabuza uGwabini ngomdala.
Because this wasn't sitting well with me, I then asked Gwabini about this matter.
Yes, so you had a discussion with Gwabeni. Please don't refer to the discussion.
Ungangenike ukuthi nakhulumani noGwabini.
Emva kwalokho uGeneral Lishabani wabese ngitshela ukuthi no. Ngitholile ukuthi ubani. Yes, you were right.
General Lishabani then informed me, yes, I found out as to who it was, and yes, you were right.
Ngaphambi kokuthi kwenzeke lokho wabe sengazise emva kwalelo phenyo ukuthi okay udibane naye.
Okay.
Wabe
Okay. Before that, he informed me that he had met him. Udibane naye.
shuthi ngathi udibane nabathizi bebephenya wadibana noGadla wakabuthelezi.
All right.
Like wa confirm ukuthi ngitholile ukuthi kunomfana wakabuthelezi.
Yes.
Okay.
General Lishabani will testify about that. When did you have this discussion with General Lishabani?
Le nkulumo le noma le ngxoxo lena ke naye uGeneral Lishabani waba nayo nini naye?
ngathi 2018 to 2019 nje until 2019 ngoba bekwenzeka bekungabi into esiyikhuluma maybe namhlanje or kusasa bekuba yinto azona mayibona something sikhulume ngayo.
I would say 2018, 2019, it's not something that we would just speak about today, but upon him finding out something or seeing something, we would speak about it.
Yes. Yes, what happened after this discussion that you've just referred to?
Emuva kwalo nkulumo ke okhulume ngayo kwase kwenzekani?
Uma ngikhumbula kahle kwabe sekuthi ngabe ugeneralise nje ukuthi no asiyeke le nkulumo singabe sakhuluma ngayo.
General then informed me that let's drop this matter or this talk and not mention it again.
Izatsa lokho engaqaqisa ukuthi kwakukhona ababezama ukungibulala.
The reason for that, if I were to explain that, there were those who had attempted to kill me.
Accused number 5.
Those were relatives of accused number 5.
And accused number 1.
According to my knowledge.
Yes, just tell the court about that occasion. What happened?
On my way back from work,
I
slept the following morning. I woke up, there was nothing. I went to the shop to buy cigarette.
When was it more or less?
What was it, 18?
If I was just to correct what I just said as to how it happened.
Shooting now 2019.
Okay. In 2019, when General Shaban had told me that we shouldn't proceed about this conversation anymore, I then spoke. Diego?
A head office, SAPS, Telecom Towers.
I then went to the SAPS head office, Telecom Towers. I spoke to Brigadier Gininda. At the time, it was Colonel Gininda.
Yes, but how did you get to him? Just explain.
What did you
go to do?
Office of the National Commissioner referred me to him.
Yes, when you went to Telcom Towers, who did you go to?
National Commissioner.
I was actually going to the National Commissioner.
So National Commissioner was referred to Gininda.
Then the National Commissioner referred me to Gininda.
Who was the National Commissioner then?
Commissioner was Kehla Sithole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then what Magophela unyaka, I think what 11 November 2019.
Towards the end of the year, it was the 11th of November 2019.
Ngathola a call from General Leshabane and General Uti, Colonel Gininda ufuna ukungibona.
I received a call from General Leshabane informing me that Colonel Gininda would like to see me.
Then wabe senza meeting ethi uzongibona kodwa ayenzekanga lelo langa yenzeka ngenye date.
A meeting was set up for him to see me, but it didn't happen on the day. He saw me on a different date.
Yeah, which date? On which day did he see you?
I think
it was on the 13th
November.
13th November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who saw you on the 13th of November?
13th of November. Brigadier Gininda.
Yes.
General Shabane
Thereafter, General Shabane called me.
Yeah, but what was discussed at that meeting with Brigadier Gininda? On the 13th of November, 2019.
Asked me, what do you know about the killing of Meyiwa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi akukho engikwaziyo futhi akukho engangakhuluma ngakho.
I told him that I know nothing and there is nothing that I can talk about.
Yes.
Kodwa ngithema khamba isikhathi ngezwe lezi inkulumo zokuthi abasolwa yilaba.
But as time went on, I heard that these are the suspects.
Yes, just tell the court about what you know. Yes, what happened further?
Okay. Shuthi makusahamba isikhathi ngangizenzela uphenyo mina ngokuthi kungani mhlambe kuba khona izinzongo zokuthi kube khona abantu abangilandelayo.
Okay. Then as time went on, I did my investigation as to what is it that there are people following me.
But what was the outcome of your meeting with Brigadier Gininda?
Imiphumela kwaba yini ke yomhlangano wakho kanye naye uBrigadier Gininda?
Wathi uzokwenza naye uphenyo lwakhe.
He said he would do his own investigation.
Kumele ngikhulume ukuthi sakhuluma ngani.
Must I go into the details as to what you spoke about?
No, it's not necessary.
That's a question.
Okay. Emva kwalokho kwabe sekuba khona ngabe sengibuyela emuva uGeneral wabe sengibiza esengibuza ukuthi bazi kanjani head office mayelana nalolu daba.
General called me and asked me how is it that they know about this matter at the national office.
Yeah, which general?
General
Lishabani.
When did he call you?
Wakubiza nini?
Ngicabanga kwakuyi 19 November.
I think it was on the 19th of November.
Emva kwalokho kwaba sekuba yi-18 la engabona khona abasolwa ba kubo kwakubasolwa bezozama ngomdubula
Bona abasolwa
abakubo.
Okay, nge-18.
Yes.
Then on the 18th, that's where I saw now the relatives of the suspects when they wanted or when they came to shoot me.
Yes. Tell a quote about that.
You sure?
Should not mangiphuma emva meeting ngabe sengazi ukuthi kunento efana nale.
I knew that there was something like this, you know.
Then ukufika kwabo kwangenzela futhi babe ngaqali mangasho ukuthi babe ngaqala ukufika phakathi nonyaka bafika kodwa babe ngezi straight babeza ngeindlela ezahlukene.
It was not the first time. During the course of the year they came, but they didn't in other words approach me directly, but they just came in different ways.
Mangikhumbula kulowo nyaka futhi ngakhuluma nomsolwa unumber 1 ngoba ngangikhathazekile ngaye.
If I remember well, during that year, I spoke to accused number 1 because I was worried about him.
When did you speak to him?
Wakhuluma nini naye?
Kwakunomshado ekhaya.
There was a wedding back home.
Ngakhuluma naye.
I spoke to him.
Then ngabuya ngakhuluma naye ngefoni.
I thereafter spoke to him telephonically.
Then ngangimcela ukuthi akhuze shothi ngase ngibona ukuthi laba bakubo bafuna ukungidubula angikhuzele bona.
I then asked him or requested him to stop because I now could see that his relatives wanted to shoot me. So I requested him to stop them. And he did that.
Yes, just put that in correct sequence. Well, what happened first?
Incident
at the wedding or the telephone call?
Oh, the telephone call ngakhuluma naye ngakhuluma naye emshadweni.
I spoke to him at the wedding first.
Yes, more or less. When was that?
August.
It was in August.
Sabe sikhuluma ngakho ngoba ngicabanga kwakuyinto eyayisiyaziwa.
Which year?
2019.
I think 2019.
Yes. Well, what happened during that occasion?
Because wayekaboshwa uMuzi ngaphambilini.
Muzi had been arrested before.
So wayengixoxela ngakho lokho kuboshwa.
So he was telling me about that arrest.
But abese ngixoxa nabo ngitshela ukuthi kunodaba futhi oluyinkinga.
That also kusho wena. Or he also said that there was also another issue which was a problem. Which they asked him about.
Then ngabese ngimtshela ukuthi akukho engakhuluma ngayo futhi asimele bona abamaphoyisa ayenze uphenyo lapho.
I then informed him that there's nothing I can talk about. Let's wait for the police to do their investigation.
Did he tell you what that issue was?
Ngabe wakutshela ukuthi kwakuyini lolo daba lolo?
Yebo wangitshela.
Yes, he did.
Yes, just tell the court about it.
Wangitshela ukuthi udaba luka Senzo Meyiwa.
He told me that it was the issue of Senzo, the matter of Senzo Meyiwa.
Yes.
And wangibeka ngalendlela ukuthi le ndaba kakhipha.
He said to me, it's the matter or the issue of the goalkeeper.
Noma ayengiphethe kabi nami ayengangiphathanga kahle.
It didn't sit well with me as well.
Yes, what did he say about it?
Wangitshela ukuthi lolu daba lolu luyinkinga futhi mangabeka ngesiZulu wathi le ndaba iyinkinga yazi futhi akumele sikhulume ngayo like lapha.
He said to me that this issue is a problem and we shouldn't just openly speak about it or just like that and anyhow speak about it.
Nami vele ngangifisa ukuthi ngixoxe naye maybe ngim-advise kodwa akukho ngangakwenza.
It was also my wish to speak about it, to speak to him about it or advise him, but there was nothing I could do.
Sabe sesiyeka kanjalo.
We left it like that.
2019.
Yes, but
2019.
tell the court about it. You mentioned earlier on to a telephone call.
Ukhulumile ke ngokukhuluma naye ngefone.
Ngabe lapho sengikhuluma naye ngase ngicela ukuthi mangikhuluma noMuzi ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi Muzi why abakini befuna ukungidubula.
I then said, when I spoke to him telephonically, I said to him, Muzi, why is it that your relatives want to shoot me?
Yes.
Because I also don't know anything about this matter, and I didn't know anything.
Yes, just a minute. And Moses again, which accused?
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
And when was this occasion when you spoke to him telephonically?
Manje umusukhuluma naye ngocingo ke bakunini?
Mangicabanga wathi akekho seMpumalanga uzoza ukuthi kwabonini media nonyaka.
I think he said to me that he was not in Mpumalanga, he was going to come through, but if you say when, I think it was mid-year.
Yes, which year?
2019.
Yes. Earlier on, you were telling the court about that incident. You said you went to buy cigarettes. What happened during that occasion?
Ukhulumile ke ngehlandla leli ke owaphuma ngalo uyothenga ugwayi. Kwenzekani ke ngalelo hlandla lelo?
Ngathi mangibuya e-shop ngabona imoto ekade ibhakile nje aside ngasela ngihlala ngakhona.
When I came back from the shop, I saw a car that was parked on the side where I was staying. On my way out, it was already parked there because I passed it. But I saw as to who was inside the vehicle.
Then I
went past, went to the shop. On my way back, one of the guys from Ntuli produced a firearm through the window. Then then I felt that the pinch wasn't yet raised because I raised it late, and then I turned around. Then I again called Kwabini.
Just a minute. Now, this incident, when was it more or less?
It was on the 18th of November.
Well, the 18th of November, I'll show you.
Which year?
2019.
Then
you say you saw the persons who were in the vehicle, who were they?
Kwakuwobani uthi wababona abantu babesemotweni kwakuwobani?
Omunye uNkazimulo.
The other one is Nkazimulo.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then ngabe sengiyafika
And who's Nkazimulo?
Ubani uNkazimulo?
Omunye wama relative mangicabanga relative ka Mozi or accused number 5.
It's one of the relatives. If I think it's a relative of Mozi and or accused number 5.
And Muzi, which accused?
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
Yes, and this person Tuli who produced a firearm through the window. Do you know him?
No, yes, I know him.
Yes. How do you know him?
I know him from Tembisa.
Yes. Is he related to any of the accused?
I believe so.
Yes, which one?
Ngoba ngathi mangifika kuGwabini wa-confirm ukuthi
yes, so just to which do you know if he's related to any of the accused?
I think accused number 1 and accused number 5.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke uyisihlobo sikaMsolo wokuqala nowesihlanu.
Yes, we may proceed.
Emva kwalokho ngabe sengiya kuGwabini ukuconfirm naye lokho.
As a court, please don't refer to any discussion with Beni.
Then emva kwalokho ngiyenza kalula.
Yes.
Emva kwalokho ngabe se
You mentioned that you made a call to who did you call?
Ushilo ukuthi ukhona owamfonela ubani wamfonela?
Ngabe sengifonela uGeneral Leshabani.
Akho General Leshabani.
Yes, and why did you call him?
Is that true?
Ngangimazisa ukuthi namba bezomdubula.
I was informing him that here they are coming to shoot me.
Yes, and when did you speak to General Leshabani?
Kumeni nina General Leshabani.
Ngikhulume naye ngefoni.
Telephonic
wathi ngize buye cishe e-ofisini.
He then said to me I should come to him at the office.
Yes, when was it?
Kwakunini?
May 19.
On the 19th of November.
Yes, which year?
2019.
Yes. Did you then go to his office?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Wabe sifike ngitshela ukuthi ngakutshela ukuthi asiyiyeke le ndaba. Uyabona ukuthi izobeka impilo yakho engcupheni.
He then informed me that I said to you, or I did inform you that we should leave this matter. You can see that it's going to put your life in danger.
Yes.
Izathu sokuthi mangithiwa ithe asiyeke ingoba wake wangazisa ngaphambilini khona la akaba khona nomhlangano no warrant officer no General Sibiya and warrant officer Makubo.
Okay, so the reason why I mentioned this, that he had said that we should leave it because there was an occasion where there was a meeting between warrant officer Makubo and General Sibiya.
Warrant officer Makubo.
When was that meeting?
Yeah, in the meeting there. I'll look for the date. I can't remember it now. But it was in the middle of the year.
Yes, which year?
I think 2019.
I think 2019.
Yes.
Then kulo meeting esasinayo sasivumelene ukuthi okay lolu daba siyaliyeka.
In that meeting that we had agreed that we are going to lay this matter to rest.
Then why refer lokho ukuthi uyabona ukuthi why izomlibazisa.
So he was referring to that can you now see that is gonna now it's
Yes.
gonna cause you harm.
Yes, just tell the court more about that meeting where Warrant Officer Makuba and General Sibia was present. Were you also present at that meeting?
Now okhona kule meeting now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What happened there?
Kwenzekani lapha?
Ngafika emeetingini uGeneral wayengibizile wabe esefonela uGeneral Sibia.
I arrived at the meeting, the general had called me. He then contacted the General Sibia.
Then wabe sefika uGeneral Sibia.
General Sibia arrived.
Then wafika wafika walalela kuphela.
He only listened.
Wabe sibuza ukuthi ubani maybe ophethe lolu daba head office.
And then inquired as to who was handling this matter at the head office.
Wabe sethi uKenel Ginyinda.
Then said it was Colonel Ginyinda.
Then uGeneral wabe sethi akufonelwe uWarrant Officer Makubo.
The general then said the Warrant Officer Makubo should be contacted.
And wabe sebemfonela.
Warrant Officer Makubo was indeed called.
Wabe sefika futhi uWarrant Officer Makubo.
Warrant Officer Makubo arrived.
Wafika uWarrant Officer Makubo. Wabe semchazela uGeneral ukuthi yini le esikhuluma ngayo.
Upon Warrant Officer Makubo's arrival, General then informed Warrant Officer Makubo as to what it is or what it was that we were talking about.
General who?
General Leshabani.
General Shaban.
Yes.
Then Warrant Officer Makubo wabe seyichitha le ndaba wathi ayikho.
Warrant Officer Makubo just said that this matter, there's no such.
As the court, please, my lord, may that hearsay evidence be admissible. We submit that it's in the interest of justice. There's a second docket that has been brought up in these proceedings, and this communication pertains to that matter.
Just repeat what you just said.
My lord, the state requests that the utterances by Warrant Officer
Makubo
be,
specifically.
I'm sorry?
The utterances by Makubo specifically.
Yes, by Warrant Officer Makubo.
Right.
Be admitted in the interest of justice, even if it's hearsay. We submit to my lord that it is in the interest of justice that it be allowed as it pertains to the second docket that has been brought up in these proceedings.
Are you making the application in terms of section
31A of
31
yes, of the hearsay
of
act.
1988.
88, indeed, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Ramsipiri. There's an application in terms of section 31 of Act 45 of 88, the Evidence Act.
Well conversant with the section, my lord.
Hello?
I am well conversant with the section of that act. However, my lord, the exigency doesn't meet the threshold of that section because Warrant Officer Makubo is alive. He can come and testify in this court, my lord. We don't have to have hearsay from this witness. He can come and speak for himself in the box, my lord, as the court pleases.
Yes, Mr. Nisi.
Exactly, madam. The state has furnished this court with no specific reasons why Mr. Makubo cannot become the court to come testify.
The reason he says it's there's a second docket. Is that the reason, sir?
Yes, indeed, my lord.
That's the reason. He says there's a second docket relating to this matter. That is why he says it is imperative in the interest of justice that the evidence which this witness adduces after having had a meeting with Makubo should be rendered admissible here in the interest of justice.
That is a faulty application, my lord.
Hello?
That is a faulty application of the provisions of the section because it can only come by instances where the witness on whose credibility the testimony of this witness that's currently testifying is based is unable to be called either because he has vanished or is dead. Then the hearsay should then be admitted in the interest of justice, but without specific indication that that witness does not fall in the category of him being deceased or him being untraceable, he must be brought to court here, my lord.
Okay.
Longer man.
Mr.
My lord, I share the very same sentiments with my colleagues. Thank you.
Ms. Mshorolo?
My lord, above the submissions made by my learned friends, my lord, the state is referring this court to a blanket of evidence which is referred to as case 375. There is no reference made to that particular statement referring to the utterances that the witness is talking about. For example, my lord, if the state wants to say Warrant Officer Makuba has made the statement to the effect of what the witness is testifying about, and that statement is shown before court that it is contained in the docket 375, and that particular portion of evidence is also read or showed into the court, then we can understand the interest of justice, my lord. And above that, the warrant officer, my lord, is still available.
As a court, please, we don't want to belabor the point, not much tense on it. We can leave it at that.
You're withdrawing the application?
Yeah, as a court, please.
Okay, the application is withdrawn.
ngento eyashiwo uyena-ke uMakhubo kodwa-ke kwatholakala ukuthi kuzoba inkinga-ke kodwa umshushusi usathi akasaqhubekile nalelo daba lelo.
Yes, there was a discussion with Warren Makubo. Then what happened further?
Kwase kuthini-ke emuva kokuthi ukushilo lo kwakushilo uMakhubo asisakhulumi ngako siyadlula kona kwase kwenzekani kamuva?
Kwenzekile futhi ukuthi ngidibane naye for okwesibili
kubani
warrant officer Makhubo.
It happened again that I met warrant officer Makhubo for the second time
with Colonel Buthelezi
kanye naye Colonel Buthelezi.
When was that?
Kwakunini?
meeting general
It was now a second meeting. The other meeting with the general had now finished. It was now another meeting.
Do you remember which year?
So
about 2019.
I think it was 2019. Sorry?
Yeah.
I will check for that.
Yes. So what was the purpose of that meeting?
Nami ngangazi because eqaleni wayithe ayikho.
Okay. I also didn't know because at first he said that
as a court, please don't refer to the content. Yes. Who initiated that meeting?
Colonel Buthelezi.
And what was the purpose of the meeting?
To find out as to what is that I knew.
Yes, did you tell them what you knew about the man?
I told him what I knew.
Yes. And what happened thereafter? You may not refer to what they said.
Siyandlulile manje ubatshelile ukuthi wazini siyandlula ke kwase kwenzekani emuva kokuthi ubatshelile. Now with Colonel Buthelezi.
Yes, after the meeting with Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo, what happened further?
Ufikile umhlangano wandlula lo kwaWarrant Makubo noButhelezi kwase kwenzekani emuva kwalokho.
Emva kwalokho buqhubekile isikhathi ngoba
the time went on because it was still in that year. It was a busy year. Yebo.
Which year are you referring to?
2019.
2019. I found myself being busy.
Yes, why do you say you find yourself being busy?
naye uKennedy Buthelezi wabe-accuse ukuthi ngivikela uKelly Khumalo.
Yes, you may not
I was
refer
accused
to
by
what,
Buthelezi.
yes. What happened further? You said it was a busy year. What happened further?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Okay.
Right,
just want to be reminded
yes,
this
we're
way.
at a point where you had a meeting with Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo.
Sindlulile manje la kule meeting.
What happened after that meeting?
Kwenzekani emva kwale meeting?
Ngiyakhumbula kwaba ne-incident yokuthi kuthiwe kuboshwe uMuzi.
I remember there was an incident where it was said that Muzi had been arrested.
Yeah, who's Muzi?
Bani Muzi?
Accused number 1.
Umsolo wokuqala.
Then kwabe sekufika abangubo futhi.
Again, his relatives arrived.
Beza police station.
They came to the police station.
Bezongibuza ukuthi actually bangibuza ngokunye.
They asked me about something different.
Oh, babazi babengibuza ngoMuzi kodwa ma ulalile inkulumo.
But in that, they were asking me about Muzi,
Uboshwa kaMuzi.
about his arrest.
So akukho engangikwazi ukutheni ubosheleni akukho.
I knew nothing as to why was he arrested.
Was he arrested in connection with this case?
Ngabe wayiboshele lona lecala leli? No.
Yes, and when was it more or less?
Kwakunini?
I think June
I think it was in June.
Which year?
Nyaka?
20 yeah, same year 2019.
Same year, 2019.
Then
Yes, we may proceed.
Yep.
emva kwalokho kwabe sekufika
Yes. Yes, you mentioned that you had a meeting with Brigadier Gininda at Telkom Towers. Were there any further meetings between you and Brigadier Gininda after?
Sorry to interject, my lord. I keep seeing that the witness is perhaps poring or looking at something.
What is that? What is he looking at?
This is my paper. This is my notes that I'm taking.
He's looking at what?
No. I just wanted to know.
He's not reading it. He's looking at it.
All right.
This is what I'm writing.
Yes.
It's Tom.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, you mentioned a meeting that you had with Brigadier Gininda. Were there any further meetings with him?
Ukhulumile ngemeeting kaBrigadier Gininda. Ngabe kwazazikhona ezinye meeting ezazikhona?
kwenye meeting after Telkom Towers ile afika kuyo kimi Aviator Kempton Park.
Except for the meeting at the Telkom Towers, he came to me at Aviator Kempton Park.
When was that?
Kwakunini?
Kwakuyi 13. Yeah, 13.
13 zayiphinyana kuphinyana. 13 November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he alone at the meeting?
Ngabo wahamba yedwa kuleyo meeting le?
Wayengezanga yedwa, wayehamba nomunye ubrigadier.
He was not alone, he was in the company of another brigadier.
Yes. Do you remember his name?
Usakukhumbula igama lakhe?
Ngikhumbula igama ngoba waye-introduce ngegama mayiqeda.
I remember the name, the
Tony.
What's he?
Tony.
He introduced himself by name, Tony.
Yes. What happened at that meeting?
Kwenzekani kuleyo mhlangano loyo?
Babe sebengibuza nje ngokwazi ukuthi ngazini mayelana nodaba.
They asked me about my knowledge as to what is it that I knew about this matter.
Uma ukhumbula nami akukho engangikwazi ukuphatheka ngaphandle kwalokho engangikuweshilo manje.
If you'd recall, there's nothing tangible which I knew except for that which I have already alluded to.
ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi nami anginalwazi lakho ukuthi kwenziwa yibo or yini or whatever ababekusho ukuthi kwenzekani anginalwazi lakho.
I then informed them that I didn't know as to whether it was done or committed by them. I had no knowledge about it.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then emva kwalokho wabesethi naye uzozenzela uphenyo.
After he said that he was going to conduct his own investigation.
If you say you had no knowledge whether it was done by them, what do you mean?
Ukuthi ngangeke ngithi nginesiqinisekiso sokuthi yibo ababulala uMeyiwa ngangeke kwafuni baqambela mama.
That I wouldn't tell lies to them and said that I had certainty that they are the ones that killed Meyiwa.
Yes, who are they? Who are you referring to?
Uma uthi wongeke ukuthi yibo ababulala uMeyiwa ukhuluma ngobani?
Ngabasolwa.
The suspects.
But emva kwalokho ngabe sengiba nolwazi olwami lwalophiso nalo ukuthi I was sure ukuthi yebo yibo.
But thereafter I had my own knowledge where I was now sure or certain that indeed it was them.
If you say it was them, who are you referring to?
Uma uthi kwakuyibo ukhuluma ngobani?
From accused number 1 to 5.
From accused number 1 to 5.
And why do you say so?
Ukusho yini lokho?
Ngenxa lesi sigameko esenzeka ngalelilanga ngikhona.
Sorry, because of the incident that happened on the day when I was there.
Yes, which incident?
Yebo. Siphi isigameko?
Leyokuthi babuya bangena neibhamu.
That they came back and they had firearms
and they celebrate
and celebrating his death.
Yes. How was it celebrated?
They celebrated kanjani? With a bottle of whiskey.
Yes, why do you say it was celebrated?
Ukushiso yini ukuthi babe celebrate?
Kwangimangazi bakuthathaphi bona lokho. Emva kwalokho
angifuna sengajaha. It amazed me or it surprised me as to where they got that from, and thereafter emva kwalokho
kube khona insolo ebhekiswa kubo.
And thereafter, allegations are directed at them.
Yes, but
then emva kwalokho noMuzi ayikhulume nami.
And thereafter, Muzi himself speaking about it with me.
Muzi which
accused number 1.
Umsolo wokuqala.
Yes, which occasion are you referring to?
Isiphi lesigameko okhuluma ngaso ukuthi wayikhuluma nawe?
Telephonically and nasekhaya.
Telephonically and at back home.
And if you say telephonically, which occasion are you referring to?
Uma usithi telephonically ukhuluma ngaliphi ihlandla?
And if you say back at home, which occasion are you referring to?
To the incident ukuthi angikhuzele bona.
With regards to the incident of requesting him to stop them.
Requesting them to stop who?
Ukuthi stop ebani?
Like abafowabo ukuthi beplan ukumbulala.
His brothers were planning to kill me.
And naye angitshela ukuthi kumayelana nalolu daba ngakhipha.
And also him telling me that it was about the incident of the goalkeeper.
And when was that occasion when he told you about the incident of the goalkeeper?
Ukukutshela kwakhe ngodaba likaKeeper kwakunini? It was in August.
Yeah, what was the occasion?
Umcimbi ekhaya kwakugana usisi wami.
It was my sister's wedding back home. He was also present.
What is it in particular that made you suspicion regarding his utterances?
Yini ke le eyakubangela ukuthi ube nensolo kuloko awayekusho kuwena
during that occasion?
Ngaleso sikhathi lesa ngithi sikhuluma manje ngalelanga lokugana kwasister wakho kwasisi wakho yini le kuloko ayekusho eyakubangela ukuthi ube nensolo
ukuthi ngendlela ayisho ngakhona nasezixoxa ngakhona.
So in the manner in which he said it and how we were discussing it, yebo, it showed me that he had knowledge about it.
Yes, what is it in particular that
he knew
made you to gain that impression?
Yini le othi yona eyakubangela ukuthi ke cha manje usiyangitshengisa ukuthi uyazi.
Ukuthi washo ukuthi kuyinkinga.
He said that it was a problem.
Emva kwalokho kwathi makuza kuza omunye saye ukuxoxa ngayo because asibange saqhubeka ngayo.
And when someone else now approached us, we stopped it and we didn't discuss it anymore.
Yes, anything further that you wish to add?
Khona okunye ofisa ukuthi kwengeza? I think that's enough. That I can still recall.
Now, what was the last meeting that you had with General Lishabani?
Kwakuyini umhlangano wokugcina owaba nawo naye uGeneral Lishabani?
Okuyi 19.
It was on the 19th November 2019.
And what was the outcome that was arrived at that meeting?
Yini noma isiphi isinqumo esathathwa kulo mhlangano lo wange-19th November 2019?
Mangikhumbula kahle ukuthi siye ukukhuluma ngalolu daba.
If I remember well, that we should stop talking about this matter.
Because why by informing abanye, such as the National Commissioner?
Because he had informed the others, such as the National Commissioner.
Waqinisekisa ke ngokuthi ngophenyo lakhe abasolwa.
And he assured me that as far as his investigation went, that the suspects were the right ones.
And the last meeting that you had with Brigadier Gininda, when was that?
Umhlangano wokugcina owawunawo noGininda wawunini wona?
Maybe mase a statement.
It was a statement. It was when I now wanted a statement from me.
No, but I'm referring to. You mentioned that you met him at Kempton Park in the presence of another Brigadier Tony. Were there any other further meetings after this one?
Ushilo ukuthi wahlangana naye ke Aviator eKempton Park kanye ehamba nomunye uBrigadier uTony. Emuva kwaloyo mhlangano khona umunye umhlangano owaba nawo noGininda? No.
And what was the outcome of that meeting? What was decided?
Isiphi isinqumo esathathwa kuloyo mhlangano loyo kanye noGininda lo waseKempton Park?
Ukuthi uzozenzela open.
That he was going to conduct his investigation.
And just for record purpose, when was this meeting?
Umhlangano lo uthi wawunini? 13 November 2019.
Now you refer to Warrant Officer Makubo and Colonel Butelezi. Did they take any statement from you regarding the matter?
Ukhulumile mayelana no Warrant Officer Makubo kanye no Colonel Butelezi ngaba bona ikhona istatement noma istatement abasithatha kuwena mayelana nalolu daba? No.
Just maybe final, are you able to describe the 9mm that you refer to, that you say you saw in Mr. Gwabeni's room?
I-9mm le othi wayibona-ke lapha egumbini lakhe uGwabeni ungakwazi uyichaza?
Noma isikhathi sesiside ayiside kakhulu isikhathi.
It's been a long time, a very long time.
Yes.
Angeke ngithi ngoba akukho mhlawumbe ngathi ngayishoot isithombe maybe kodwa ngoba isikhathi side kakhulu yenzeka lento.
There's no way where I can say I took a picture of it and it's been a long time since the incident happened.
Yes. But just a general description.
Objection, my lord. The witness has already indicated that he can't.
Yes.
As a court, are you able to give any other description beyond what you've just said?
Ngaphandle kwalokho osukushilo khona nje okunye ungakusho ngachaza ngaphandle kwalokho oqeda ukusho.
Objection. That is just the same question. It goes back to the same answer. He said he can't describe it because this incident took place a very long time ago.
Okay. It's nothing tense on that, my lord. We leave it at that. Just
but
maybe
able to describe it. I'll tell you why. He says it's a 9mm. It's not a description. That's the means.
Yes,
all of you, when he says it's a 9mm, that's not a description. It's not a description.
It is, but you cannot go further. It is, but you cannot.
But when you say
it's a 9mm, you could have said it's a .38. Okay, you've heard me.
yes.
no, I don't understand what the court is actually saying because you say.
Mr. Rapeles, do you understand me?
No, I don't understand.
I don't understand it.
Okay, fine. We don't understand each other. No problem. It's because you guys, sorry, you didn't object when Mr. Baloi said, can you describe the 9mm? That was your question, right?
Indeed, madam.
He said, he didn't say firearm. He said, can you describe the 9mm you saw at the room of Gwana? Who's that guy? Gwabeni is.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
No, I can't describe it because
That's
it's a
it.
very long time incident.
Fine. I would have expected you to object.
Yes.
Okay.
Why should we have objected?
Because he's leading the witness. He should have said, can you describe the firearm which you saw?
Yes.
That's a world of difference.
Yes. I think I said that, my lord.
Okay, fine. Let's leave it. Nothing turns on
but
it.
nothing turns on it. We just want to just maybe finally show you some further photos from Exhibit S.
Exhibit S.
Yes, page 20. Yes, page 22.
Page 22.
Page 22 of Exhibit S, my lord.
Okay.
Just waiting for the photos to come up on the screen. Yes, what is your comment regarding this picture? Page 22. You can also look at the screen.
Ngathini ngaleso sonto leso 22.
Ngathi ngibona uGadla.
I would say I see Gadla,
Yes, which accused?
Kumsola,
Accused number 3.
accused number 3,
Photo 23.
23.
Yeah, Gadla.
It's Gadla.
Yes, which accused?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Photo 24.
24.
Ngibona nomunye kodwa ngibona ohleli phansi.
I see someone else, but I see him. He is seated.
Who?
Ubani?
Gadla.
It is Gadla.
Yeah, which accused?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3, and another one. Yeah.
Yes. Is that the only person you recognize?
Khona omunye engimbonayo kodwa angifuni ukumsukela ngenze ngizothi uyena phela ngimbonayo.
There is someone else I see, but I don't. I would only say now that he's the only one that I see.
Okay. Photo 29.
29.
Yeah. Ohleli phansi.
He's seated.
Yes, who?
Ubani?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Photo 31.
31.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Which one?
Mopi. Come back here. Here he is.
Page 35.
35.
Or maybe just before 34.
34. 34.
34 akukho clear.
34 is not that clear.
35.
35.
My Lord, this is not an objection per se, probably to assist my colleague here. In all the photos that are being flighted here at court where accused number 3 appears with his dreadlocks tied at the back with a wool. Photos are not in dispute. Photos do not lie. This is just to assist my colleague, man. You can spend the whole day trying to demonstrate that this is accused number 3, number 3, number 3. At the end of the day, it is him. Specifically with those hairs that are appearing on those photos.
No, maybe he's not going the way you think he's going.
Okay,
Are you going the same way?
And the only way that Advocate Nisi can assist us if he makes formal admissions in terms of Section 220. That is the only way, my Lord.
Okay.
And page 35. Yes. Do you recognize anyone there? And who's that?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
In any of your meetings with General Leshabani, did photos of the accused feature?
Kumhlangano obenayo naye uGeneral Leshabani ngaba izithombe zabasolwa khona la owatshengiswa khona izithombe zabasolwa.
Utshengiswa uGeneral Leshabani.
By General Leshabani.
Yes.
Showing me.
No. Did photos of the accused feature in any of your meetings with General Leshabani?
Feature is speaking about?
Yes.
Ngabe khulunyiwe yini ngezithombe zabasolwa kwimihlangano obenayo noGeneral Leshabani?
Ukuthakaza akayibukanga izithombe. So uyithombe angitshele ngazo bayicelile kimi kodwa yena akukho aze nazo kimi wathi nasi.
Not that he came with pictures to me and said to me, here are the pictures, yes. But he did request for some photos from me.
Yes, just tell us about that occasion.
I didn't have photos of accused number 3.
Yes, what?
Yes.
Accused number 1.
I had photo of accused number 1.
And I think accused number 2.
And I think accused number 2.
Yes.
only.
Yes. What did you do? Where did you obtain those photos?
Wawuyithola kuphi lezo yithombe lezo?
Ngithathe efonini cishe kaGwabini.
From Gwabini's phone. The witness is whispering, my lord, says he'd like to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Those times.
Yes. As it's almost time for the long adjournment.
10.
Yeah. It's now 11 minutes to 1. In light of the discussion that we had in chambers,
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe it shouldn't be an appropriate time then to adjourn to tomorrow, in light of the request of the defense.
Indeed, so, my lord, that was the arrangement in chambers. If I can find out from my learned colleague how long he still has to go with this witness, perhaps we can utilize the full 15 minutes, my lord.
We almost have tail end. We're almost done, my lord. This is the last question.
The last question.
Yeah, if he can just be allowed to go to the
Yeah, what
bathroom.
you mean, Yaganyanj?
No, he said he must go. Zomini.
I got call. Let's adjourn. Right. Okay, well, agenda.